Well, first of all, I talked to the team yesterday after the game. It was a difficult loss, and that hasn't been our history to end games like that. And but it does happen. It happens to everybody, and it's the nature of the game. There's some luck involved and some other things. But we talked after the game about not getting stuck emotionally and not hanging on to it, and we had to eventually let it go and forgive ourselves and move on. And I thought our kids did a great job of getting themselves reset and refocused. And we had the first and third in the bottom of the third, and we had a couple good at-bats, and double play was a tough one. Schlangen's taking the secondary lead. It's a line drive, and you give them credit. The kid made a great play, and I told the kids before they went back on the field, don't get stuck now. I know it's been frustrating and the way it ended, and had another chance. We've struggled to score runs, and I was just really happy with our kids that they didn't get stuck today, and they came up here and played with some passion and some courage and had some energy. And Phil Isaacson, once again, he's done the last 2 years. He's just, you look out there and say, how does he do it? But he eventually figures out how to make a pitch when he has to and makes the big pitch. And we made it interesting at times by walking some people, but we did execute enough good pitches to win the ball game.
Hey, John, the whole season's been one of your players having to readjust mentally. I mean, you've lost 12 games to rain. You're playing an elimination game right off the bat in a conference tournament, and Penn State won 2 out of 3. I mean, you've had to do it the whole year.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest with you. We've tried to teach our young people in our program about how to manage your impulses to act and your emotions, and you can only control certain things, and some things you can't. Control the controllables, and we teach it, we talk it, we try to walk the talk as much as we can. And this group all year long, they've had a great attitude, and they've been resilient, and they've bounced back, and they've been willing to reset and refocus themselves consistently. But I don't think it's an accident. I know that we do work on it, and we do talk about it. We spend some time. At this level, the margin for error is so small, and the talent level is equal so much. You got to be strong, and you have to be strong from the neck up. And how you manage your emotions and your thoughts, and how you deal with adversity in this game is really critical. And we work at it. I'm not saying we're perfect, but we work at it, and we spend a lot of time on that part of the game, not just the physical part. And I think it's really showed itself this year. I don't think we'd be where we're at if we didn't handle things the way we have. And that's a testament to our kids. We have some seniors who've been through it for 4 and 5 years, and they've helped teach the younger kids. And so that's the best answer I can give you. And I think we have handled a lot of stuff's been thrown at us. It's been challenging, but they haven't given up. So you got to give them credit.
Won so many of these Big Ten tournaments. Can you remember the last time you came out of the losers bracket to win one of these?
Well, I think we came back first year it was here. What was that, 09? Yeah. We lost the first game to Indiana, then we came back to the losers bracket, got back to the championship game. So you can do it. Tomorrow's the tough day. You got to play too, and that's the tough day tomorrow. But we're pitching-wise, we're in pretty good shape. So if we can keep running some guys out there that can make some pitches and keep us in the ball game, we're going to get a chance to pitch some people here. So pitching-wise, we're okay, and so hopefully we can get to 4 or 5 runs here as we move along.
So your seniors can tell the freshmen and sophomores, hey, we just did this a couple of years ago.
Yeah, there's history there. There's some history, and people know about the history, and but like I said, they'll bring those guys along, and we're not done here. And like I said yesterday in the press conference, I thought our kids would show up today and be ready to play, and they were.
You mentioned you're in good shape going forward pitching-wise. Just how big was Billy's performance for you getting those last 11 outs, going over 4 innings?
We didn't want to use Wendell. We had him up there for a moment, but we didn't want to use Wendell. We wanted to get through the game with just using 2 guys because we're in the losers bracket. And give Billy credit. He's at times done that this year. He loses the strike zone some, but we've watched him all year. Eventually he makes the pitch when he has to. And when he first came in that first inning with the bases loaded, he struck those 2 guys out. It wasn't pretty. The first guy he got the first guy, I think, on 3 or 4, but he made the big pitch again to get us out of that inning. I thought that was a crucial part of the ball game.
And also mentioning just yesterday's game where, a few inches here and there is a different outcome, but just to come back with that 8-run 4th inning, I mean, do you feel that's something that can really catapult your team going into tomorrow?
Yeah, I do. I think you get confidence when you start to hit and you hit through the lineup and everybody contributes. You do build some confidence. What comes first, success or confidence, and you got to get some confidence to be successful, but you need some success to have confidence. So it's a slippery slope we're running on here, and to me, to see Matt Pugh and Kurt Schlangen bounce back today and give us the contributions. Kurt did a wonderful job behind the plate calling the game. You know, he did some very good things out there. And, you know, after yesterday and he threw the ball in left field, you know, he wasn't supposed to throw the ball. He knows that. He's a young player. It's his first year catching full time. He made a mistake. I told him in the dugout today after the game got going, I said, Kurt, I'm really impressed with the way you showed up today and were able to play, and you haven't brought yesterday into today for us. And that to me was a sign of growth, and that's all I told him. That's all I care about is where you're at today. Yesterday's done. We can't change it, but as you go forward in your career, this is something you can learn and grow from. It'll make you a better player.
Bill, could you just speak to taking the ball when to start? You know, your back's against the wall. You know, you have to win to continue. I mean, just what was your mindset going into this game?
I mean, personally, it might be my last game ever, so I mean, I wanted to go out there and try to end on a good note. But I also knew that if we can win this game, even though I'm done, there's a lot of other seniors on this team that definitely want to keep playing. So, you know, it's other than me. I was thinking about, you know, getting my last outing in there and doing my best, but I was also thinking about the other seniors on this team that, you know, just because I might be done playing now, it doesn't mean they are. So definitely want to give us a little momentum there early on in the game. Try to get some short innings, let our hitters come up to bat, and they did great today. 8 runs in the inning, I think, so we had a lot of momentum for that. It was pretty easy for me. I would have liked to go a little deeper in the game, but pretty happy with what happened.
Coach was talking about how he told the team you got to take yesterday's game and bury it and move on. How do you approach that as a player?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty simple to just say, you know, forget about it and move on. It's obviously a little more difficult than just saying it. So, yeah, I mean, we've gone through quite a bit this year. I think that's probably helped us. All the negative things that have happened, you know, just one loss yesterday doesn't seem that big of a task to overcome. So, thought everybody, you know, were a little upset after the game yesterday, but put it behind us today. Everybody had good energy in the dugout, and bats came alive, and we took it to them.
Thank you.